Okay, this video is going to go over my honest recommendations for DLC if you're planning on buying any for Xenoverse 2, and the ones I honestly think you should get if you plan on getting any at all. I'm going to let them go ahead and play in the background as I go over which ones I think you should get. This one's Extra Pack 1. This DLC is actually so old that this is the first DLC set to come out right after the first year of Xenoverse ended. It contains 4 characters: Buhan, Deborah, my bad, Tapion, and Android 13. I believe it has 13 skills, and it only costed about $10 to get, and it contained about 2 new outfits. I believe it's the Pride Trooper outfit and Ribbrain's outfit. It did have 2 accessories, but they weren't really that important. I believe it's Topo's mustache and Ribbrain's hat. It also added in another mentor, Zamasu. Despite him already being added in a previous DLC, it actually added in his moves in this one. So all of his moves are in this one, not the one where he's actually included as a character. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let it play out for the rest of the trailer. For our next DLC, we have Ultra Pack 1. Now this pack only contains 3 characters for about $8, that being 2 Vegetas, Super Saiyan God Vegeta, Evolved Vegeta, and as you can see right here, Ribbrain. And it actually, the outfits it does add, I believe there's 2 of them, is the friends of Ribbrain, Kakunsa, and Rosie, and it does add on their accessories as well. Now, something important to note with this DLC too, not only are the supers that it adds in really good, which adds in 10 of them, it also adds in one of the only super souls in this game that changes what your Ki Blast look like. And it also adds in another super soul, which I believe you should use regardless, called Power a Lot of Power, and this is insanely helpful for characters that aren't level 180. In fact, I would recommend that if you're between the levels of 90 to 140, this should be your go-to Super Soul. Now, despite Ribbrain being a lackluster character and herself, the other 2 Vegetas are actually pretty nuts. Evolved is, I think most people would agree, is the best Vegeta in the game. And Super Saiyan God Vegeta is one of the most unique characters you can buy or even play as in the game. As you can see here, these are the 2 costumes that I mentioned earlier. Now, this video is going to also go over some of the free content added in, but I'm not counting that as part of the DLC because, you know, it's free and it was already added on the game. You don't need it in order to play it. Along with that, it also adds in Parallel Quest, which only for very special conditions will I actually ever go over that. This is not one of them. And like right here, Hero Coliseum, don't plan on talking about that at all. So when it gets to parts like this, I'm just going to let the trailer play. Next up, and I don't think this will be to anyone's surprise, is going to be the Heroes of Justice pack. This is the first one that actually introduces 3 new cast characters, both the Gammas and a new version of Gohan. Every single cast character that gets added in is very unique to play, and their moves are also insanely interesting, if not just good. This one also adds in a few Super Souls. Now, it adds in the Gamma Super Souls, which, as you know, actually change what your Ki Blasts look like, similar to what Ribbrain's does, except Some others you can actually get for free through the TP Metal Shop, but the better ones are actually in this DLC, such as the You Should Be More Careful, one of the best Super Souls in this game, and is only available through this DLC, and that's basically can give you up to 2 free stamina resets against an opponent. So again, if you're more into that buying DLC for meta stuff, that would be one of them to pay attention for. As you can see going over the skills, they're pretty good. A lot of Gamma 2s are grabs, and Gamma Blaster is probably one of the most overused, if not just one of the best Ki Blast supers in the game. The Transforming Gohan is also a very fun character. I wouldn't say he's like insanely broken or anything, but he's really fun. So if you're looking to just buy characters too, both the Gammas and this Gohan are worth it, especially since this DLC only costs about $8. As I mentioned before, I'm not going to go over any of the parallel quest stuff unless it's really important, and for this DLC it's not. It does add in 2 new outfits, but technically they're only really adding in one, that being the Gamma's outfit, as it's going to show you right here. It adds in both Gamma's 1 and Gamma's 2. To tell the truth, the only difference between these 2 outfits is the accessory being a helmet piece, and the fact that one's red and the other one's blue. Sadly, most of the skills that are added in are from the Gammas, so none of them that are added in are from Gohan. Those are unique specifically to the Transforming Gohan, but even then, those 7 skills from the Gammas are really, really good. Next up, as a personal recommendation for me, is Extra Pack 3. This only has 2 characters, being Kefla and Super Baby 2. It adds in about 8 new skills and 2 new costumes. Now, it does add in 2 Super Souls, one from Kefla and one from Baby Vegeta, but they're not really worth mentioning. The 8 new skills are 4 from each, 4 from Kefla and 4 from Baby Vegeta. Kefla's are okay, but honestly, if you're buying this DLC, it's definitely for Baby Vegeta's moves. I think they add a lot to the cast characters. I think Baby Vegeta should have been in the base game, but I'm glad that they actually took the time to work on him. He's definitely one of the more interesting and fun characters to play in the game, and that extra time you can definitely feel in his character. Now, with that being said, I don't feel like if you're just buying this DLC, it's just for the moves either. Baby Vegeta and Kefla are insanely fun characters to play as, and the 2 new outfits adds in are the Arabian Bulma outfit and the Janemba outfit. It adds in the accessory of UI Goku's haircut and the weird little horn hat that Janemba has. Again, with the free update stuff, not really going to go over it. Toa Swimsuit character, you don't have to have the DLC to use. It's free, it got updated and added into the game. And this is going to be true for all the free updated stuff. Again, I highly recommend this DLC. It adds in both the most interesting character from Super and the most interesting character from GT. Next up, we have Ultra Pack 2, costing about $8. Now this DLC adds in 2 characters. It adds in Android 21 and Majub. It adds in 3 costumes, being the baseball outfit from Xenoverse 7, along with Android 21's outfit, and Goku's End of Z outfit. Along with that, it adds in 8 new skills. Now this is definitely a DLC that I would recommend getting if you want an actual end to Xenoverse. It actually adds in a quest specifically for that. Majin 21 and Majub in themselves are actually really interesting characters. I would definitely say If you're buying it for the characters, though, you're buying it for Android 21 over Maju. Is it a good DLC? I would say so, but I would say it's more for just adding an actual end to the game. The skills add-in are really cool and fun, but it's definitely more for the end of story. Majub himself is also a really fun and interesting character, but he's not game-breaking in any way, and honestly, you could go with or without him, but he's still a fun add-on to the game. Again, this is free update information, so everything's already in the game. You don't have to buy the DLC to actually use any of this, and because of that, I'm going to go ahead and ignore it. Now, this is one of the quests that I mentioned that I bring up as actually one of the few points to actually buy the DLC for. This is the End of Xenoverse quest that adds on, where you fight with Majub and Goku. This not only gives you the costume, the End of Z, which is Goku's iconic green outfit, and like the only time he actually wears it, but it also adds in one of the best Super Souls in the game called Thank You Dragon Balls. I mean, that alone could get you to buy the DLC. But yes, the quest itself is pretty fun and iconic, and it actually gives an entire ending to the game, if you're interested in that. Now, for this DLC, this one is going to be only if you can afford to buy one DLC. Honestly, I couldn't recommend this DLC more. It only costs about $20. I say only, but I mean, for one DLC, that's kind of a lot. It adds in 5 characters, which is already insane for one DLC pack. 15 new super attacks and ultimate attacks. 60 artworks. Normally I wouldn't even bring that up, but each DLC usually only adds in about upwards of 10 to 12. This one adds in 60. Again, 15 moves, 5 characters, and it also adds in 5 super souls, one of which is just insane. It is This Place Will Be Your Grave, which gives a flat 20% damage to all of your damages. Just a crazy super soul. And honestly, the characters it adds in are phenomenal, being Brawly, Super Videl, super version of Android 18, and then the super villains that it adds in are Rose Goku and Vegeta, which are already two super really cool characters, and then they just made them better looking. It adds in only 3 costumes, and I say 3, but one of them is actually just an accessory. It adds in Videl's costume, and it also adds in Orange Piccolo's costume, 2 of which we were missing. Honestly, not the two I would have added in, but they are, in my opinion, they look really good, especially Vidal's costume. There's not really much more to go off of than that. This is one of the few DLCs where like pretty much every skill it added in is just phenomenal. Be it for if you're a cast character player, or if you like moves for your character, this is just one of those DLCs I would recommend getting because of that fact alone. You can't go wrong with it. And the rest of this video is pretty much going to be going over the free update content for it and like raid stuff. Most of this stuff is unimportant. It's already been added to the game, so you can get this for free or just by doing raids and etc. Not really important, but this is when they actually added in that stuff. So again, thank you for checking out the video. I'm glad you guys appreciated it. I thought now that you know, Christmas was over, anyone who might have extra cash lying around or has been interested in getting them and got like Xbox gift cards might wanted to know what DLCs to buy, and so I made this video. Thanks for watching.